So good day, everybody. I wanted to talk about something today that happened a couple of nights ago. Um, I have a lot of trouble expressing my emotions, at least the bad ones. I talk a lot about what bothers me on YouTube or whatever. Just like the smaller stuff, the things that don't really like 100% impact me. Um, but a couple of nights ago, I had like a memory relapse. At least that's what I call it. Um, I was basically remembering a lot of bad things that happened to me in my past. So I wanted to bring that kind of stuff out to the forefront and hope that I'm not the only one going through something like this. Because it is very difficult to try to deal with, especially if you believe you're all alone on this. I'm pretty sure I'm not alone. Um, I'm pretty sure there's at least one other person out there who is going through the same kinds of things. But when I was little, like child, elementary school and all that, basically ever since I was in school, I was bullied for anything and everything. I was too fat, I was weird, I was crazy, I was a freak. Name something, I probably was called it. So, had to deal with that throughout my school years, and yes, I did tell teachers, yes, I did tell the principal, the counselor, etc., etc. They did do stuff, it's just the kids went right back to it. And the more I tell, the harder the more they'd actually make fun of me. They'd be like, oh no, we know it bothers you, so now we're gonna do it more. In 5th grade, I'm going to get really serious here. In 5th grade, bullying had gotten to the point where I wanted to commit suicide. I'm normally happy. Even back then, I saw myself as happy almost all the time. But what those kids were saying, I know it shouldn't matter, but I was in 5th grade. Granted, I lived in Ohio. I don't know if what's in Ohio is only in Ohio or whatever, but bullying's not okay, no matter where it is. No matter if it's online or in person, it's not okay. But see, I didn't want to commit suicide by cutting myself or anything. No. I wanted to bang my head on the floor as hard as possible and hope I get myself a concussion to where I die. Just so that my classmates would then hear about it, the entire school would come visit me in the hospital, and the people who made fun of me could see the damage that they've done in a physical manifestation. Because it's not okay. Bullying, no matter what, is not okay. Trolling is not okay. If you bully somebody to the point of them wanting to commit suicide, you're basically murdering them. Indirectly. But driving somebody to suicide is technically murder. If anybody out there has bullied somebody, and that somebody has committed suicide because of it, whether it's because of your one comment, or tons of other stuff too, and you added to it, you could be just as much of an issue as anybody else. I try not to hurt people. I try really hard not to say bad things about people. I try to keep peace because I know what it's like being hurt. In 5th grade, I wanted to commit suicide. 5th grade. I was like 11 maybe? 9, 10, 11, somewhere in there. and I wanted to die. I was all alone there. I didn't have any friends because I was a straight A student. So were a couple other kids, and we were alienated. I wasn't even friends with those other A straight students because they were so work heavy that they didn't have time. I was really alone. I remember back to that point when kids back then made fun of me. And I had to deal with that kind of stuff. Even now, I still have to deal with it. Nobody should have to go through something like that. No one. I wouldn't wish any of my pain upon any of my enemies, no matter how much they hurt me. You know why? It doesn't just kill you on the outside. It kills you on the inside. Definitely kills you. It makes you afraid to talk to anybody. It makes you afraid to be different. You try to mimic what other people do, what other people say, how other people act, just so that you can fit in. So that you don't have to get hurt. But it ends up happening anyways. Then you think, what's the point, right? I'm gonna get laughed at, I'm gonna be made fun of, I'm gonna be hurt anyway, so what's the point? So you try to be different. And then you get hurt even worse. There is no win scenario for those who are bullied. There is no, if I just do this, I'll fit in. No. I think of myself as a happy person. I love making others happy. I love spreading joy to people. I love spreading happiness to people. But all these bad emotions, all these horrible memories, they loom over me like a dark cloud, waiting for one more thing. Just one more thing. And it starts raining. And it's not a light rain. It rains like crazy. And I'm so glad I have my fiancé. I've explained this to him, that no matter what I do, that cloud never goes away. The only time that cloud seems to disappear, is when I help others be happy. When I spread awareness of what's going on and I help somebody somehow truthfully help them. Make them happy, tell a stupid joke and make them laugh. That's when the cloud seems to just go away for a little while. Then it comes back. It always comes back. I don't know if exactly what I'm feeling is normal, or if it's some sort of disorder or something like that. I work at a Walgreens, and I was told by a pharmacist that it's depression. But I think it's more than just that, honestly. Sure, it gives it a name, and I guess I could treat it, but it's been there for so long. I told my mom about it, because she has depression. I told my mom what the pharmacist at the store told me, that I might have depression. And she said, and I told her about what I was feeling. She said, yeah, that sounds pretty much like depression, and it seems like it's gotten to a really bad point, even worse than what she's had. But I still just coast. I don't have any way to treat it. If I could treat it, well, I guess I could, but my mom told me that I need to figure out a different coping mechanism. But how? How do I figure out something and try to dissipate something else that I've been doing for years? I've been dealing with my emotions basically the same way for a long time. If I could find a new way, I'll try it, but I highly doubt it's going to work. Trying new ways hasn't worked before. I just hope for the best and expect the worst. That's how I've been dealing with it. I hope for the best and expect the worst. And if the worst happens, then at least I was prepared and it's not going to hurt me as bad. It'll still hurt me, yeah. Maybe not as bad. But all my bad memories stem from back in 5th grade. That was the worst year of bullying. Second worst year in school was freshman year of high school. Fresh me, right? I was the only target. At least it seemed like it. I was the target for every popular kid. Even my clique, I guess. I sat at their table. I was the odd one out. There'd be a pair of conversation here, then me. They'd be talking about something I don't know about. They'd be talking about something I don't know about. I can't contribute anything to their conversation, so I just stay quiet and eat, I guess. I'm sorry if stuff like this hits some of you hard. or you're just like, yep, I've been through that. I've had that happen to me too. It's been something that's looming over me, and still does. If I could do a little animation thing, I would have a cloud, like, in the background or whatever. But even with everything, I still try to find reasons to be happy. Like, I have my fiance, I have a job, I can record stuff on YouTube and be able to talk to all of you out there. Be able to see where your guys' standpoint is and have some great conversations with people I otherwise wouldn't have ever met. Everything always has a good point, right? I try to focus on it. Try to focus on only the good points. That's why I seem so naive and out of touch with the world. It's because I've already seen the dark stuff, and I don't want to focus on it. I don't want to focus on whatever Trump's doing. I want to focus on getting my friends happy. I want to focus on trying to better my friends, trying to better my family, my fiance, and myself. I don't have time to deal with that stuff, I guess. I've been trying to figure out better coping mechanisms that will work for me, but honestly, I think I might need a little bit more help than trying to research it on my own. So, if you guys have been going through something similar as what I'm feeling or what I'm going through, you ain't alone, at least. The one good thing is that we're never alone. There's always something going on that someone somewhere is feeling. I just hope I'll be able to talk to some of you, you know? I like interacting with people. But thanks for listening. I'm sorry if it was a waste of your time. See you next time, I guess.